Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today I'm going to be talking about the Houston Astros potentially trading for Red Sox center fielder Alex Verdugo, as we are, getting really, really close to the MLB trade deadline. Yesterday was the 3-week mark away from the trade deadline, so we're just about almost 2.5 weeks away from the trade deadline on August 1st, as it's almost July 13th now, so about 2 weeks and 5 days away from the MLB trade deadline. As the Astros, my favorite team, the Astros, are one of several teams that are, there are a lot of teams that are looking to sell. Teams like the White Sox and the Cardinals, there are other teams too, but there are teams that want to buy as well and want to improve their team. And one of those teams are the Astros. And, it's not, we need to improve the lineup, especially with injuries that have haunted us, where injuries have haunted us more on the pitching side than it has the batting side. I mean, losing Jordan for, over the last month, and he'll be returning pretty soon, has been bad for our lineup. Brantley's been gone the whole season. Altuve's been in and out of the lineup. But I think the biggest thing is some of the pitching that's been gone. Now, the hitting has been, some of the hitting injuries. McCormick missed almost 20 games at some point. Altuve's been in and out of the lineup. He's out of it right now. Jordan's been out for over a month. And that's what's, Brantley hasn't played at all this season. He's a guy who's been big for the Astros lineup over the, past 4 years since he's been on our team, since 2019. So, there's been some significant hitters in this lineup that the Astros have missed, and Brantley, Altuve, and Jordan, and even McCormick for a little bit as well. And but pitching, man, that's been a really bad part for injuries. You've had both Lance McCullers Jr. and Luis Garcia, both are out for the season, with Luis having Tommy John surgery and Lance had some other type of surgery. Jose Urquidy's been out since early May. He's been on the IL since early May, actually May 1st, first day of May, and he's returning soon. And we've had to rely on rookies that have been good. Hunter Brown, J.P. France, those guys have been good. We have had to rely on some other guys who have been solid, but we didn't know if we could really trust. I mean, Sean Dubin and both Sean Dubin and Ronald Blanco have both gotten starts. Brandon Bielak has gotten a lot of starts. So, guys have had to step up that we didn't really think would maybe be doing that. And guys like J.P. France and Hunter Brown have been really impressed with. Other guys like Sean Dubin, solid. Ronald Blanco's had some solid starts as well for the Astros, and same thing for Brandon Bielak. But Astros need to improve pitching, but they also need to improve their hitting. And the Astros have expressed a desire to bring in a left-handed bat in the trade deadline, and they've also expressed of maybe adding in a center fielder or an outfielder that can really do it all. Maybe potentially if Brantley, I'm not saying Brantley's not going to be able to, never come back for the Astros this year. He won't. But I feel like, even if Brantley returns at some point, he's going to be he's not going to be able to bring the same. He's had 2 setbacks. He's not going to bring the same, role he had, before on this team. I think he'll play, he'll play maybe three times, maybe 4 times a week for the Astros, maybe less than that. But I don't think he's going to have a huge role once he comes back. And that's if he comes back for the Astros. Because right now, he could be out until maybe the end of July, beginning of August, or probably beginning of August, in the area of mid-August. So the Astros are I think what they're looking for is a left-handed bat that can play center field and maybe at some point can play left field so Jordan can go to the DH spot, kind of like what Brantley or Corey Julks have done in the past, where Jordan has played the DH. What we used to see was with Dusty, Brantley and Jordan switching, back and forth from the DH and left field. That's something I think the Astros are looking for. Corey Julks has done that. He's been solid. But I think the Astros might be looking to add in someone who can be big for them in the playoffs, and that is someone like Alex Verdugo. Let's go over his stats, and then I'm going to go over what I think a trade would look like for the Astros to land Alex Verdugo. In this trade, the Astros actually land two needs for them in pitching and, left-handed bat and another, experienced hitter for the playoffs. So they land Alex Verdugo, who has a 290 batting average on the season with 7 home runs and 40 RBIs. Has played 82 games, started in 80, has had 31 walks and 95 hits with a 820 OPS. And that's really been it. I mean, he's only struck out 45 times. So he's been really, really solid for the Red Sox this year. And then let's go over what a trade would look like to land him in Houston. So I don't know how Astros fans will react to this, moving on from this guy. But the Astros would most likely, in order to make this trade possible, would have to send out Chas McCormick. And I know it would suck for the Astros to potentially move on from Chas McCormick, but I feel like, in my opinion, I think that Alex Verdugo is definitely a better player than Chas McCormick. I like Chas McCormick. He's been really solid for us. I think, in my opinion, I think Chas McCormick will have the best catch in Astros not only World Series history. I think Chas McCormick best catch in Astros history with the catch he made in Game 5 of the World Series. But I think Alex Verdugo is a more not only experienced bat. I mean, I guess you could not really say experienced bat because Alex Verdugo has been in the MLB for longer than Chas, but he's more an efficient bat than Alex Verdugo. Chas, he'll go through this time where he'll do really good, and we've seen it. We saw it like last week where he was just dominant in that Rangers series. He had the RBI, 3 RBI triple. He had a home run. He had another RBI or 2 after that. He was dominant in the Rangers series, and I think he even carried it over to one of the Rockies games as well. But then the last couple starts he's not been good, striking out a lot. I mean, if you look at, I want to compare 2 strikeout numbers between Verdugo and Chas McCormick. Chas McCormick has played in 50 games this season, and probably not all of those games were starts. And in those 50 games, he has struck out 52 times. Now Alex Verdugo has played in 82 games, and he's only struck out 47 times. Alex Verdugo is a more efficient bat. Chas McCormick is a better home run hitter, but Verdugo is great in RBI situations, which I think could be big for the Astros, not only in the regular season, but also would be big for the Astros in the postseason as well. And honestly, it would suck to get rid of Chas McCormick, but I think Verdugo, in my opinion, is an upgrade over Chas McCormick. And Chas McCormick he's had his good moments in the regular season, and he's had his bad, but I just think Verdugo is a better upgrade. He doesn't strike out as much as Chas McCormick does. Doesn't strike out as near enough as Chas McCormick does. He has a better batting average. He's a better RBI hitter. And I just think he even has a better OPS as well. I mean, he has a 817 while Chas has 790. So I think, in my opinion, Alex Verdugo would be an upgrade over Chas McCormick. Let's go over what the rest of the trade would be. The Astros would also send Rafael Montero, which this would actually be a blessing in disguise for the Astros. Montero has been arguably just hands down the worst pitcher for the Astros this year. He's 1-3 with his near 7 ERA. He's given up 46 hits with 15 walks, only 38 strikeouts, 36 games, 36 innings pitched. This has been terrible for the Astros, and I have never really seen Montero go out there in a game to relief this season without giving up any runs. I mean, he did it on Sunday. He pitched 2 innings and only gave up, I think, 1 hit. But besides that, he's been absolutely terrible for the Astros this year. It would be a blessing for the Red Sox to take him. And then also the Astros would send infielder slash outfielder and AAA player J.J. Manichevic, who played, I think, like 30 games for the Astros in 2022. Has not played at all for the Astros this season. And he had like 2 home runs and 5 RBIs for the Astros with like a 210 batting average when he played with the Astros last year. And then this year with Sugarland, he has, I think it's like 15 or 16 home runs with like 50 something RBIs with a 262 batting average. He's been really good in Sugarland. But that's not it. That's not all the Astros get. They don't only get Alex Verdugo. So they get Verdugo, a guy who's hitting 290 with 7 home runs and 40 RBIs and a over 800 OPS, and a guy who doesn't strike out a lot. But they're also getting a pitcher. A pitcher has been really well for the Red Sox this year. The Astros would also be receiving James Paxton, a starting pitcher who started 10 games for the Red Sox this season. He's 5-1 with 10 starts, 2.73 ERA. Has only given up 14 walks in his 10 starts, has 64 strikeouts, and this would be a hell of an addition for the Astros. I'm not sure if he'd be a starter. I'm pretty sure he would be a starter. The only thing is if you add him into the starting rotation, probably knocks off JP France off the starting rotation. Although I would like the Astros to still keep JP France, maybe put him in the bullpen possibly. But, I mean, James Paxton would be a great addition for the Astros. So you get James Paxton and you get Alex Verdugo. You send off Chas McCormick and Montero, and you also send off J.J. Manichevic. You get, Paxton, a very, veteran experienced pitcher. He's 34 years old. Definitely would be a really good pitcher to add in the rotation. I mean, I also think the Astros are going to probably still end up trading. Even if this trade happens, I could still see the Astros potentially trading for Lucas Giolito, maybe sending a package of maybe Justin Dearden, the Astros' 7th best prospect, Sean Dubin, their 20th best prospect, and then maybe another minor league player for Lucas Giolito, and then they would have a rotation of a pitching rotation of Valdez, Javier, Giolito, Urquidy, Hunter Brown, and then James Paxton. Be a really upgraded, really upgraded rotation for the Astros, adding in Paxton and Giolito. But you guys, what are your thoughts on the trade idea? I would love this trade for the Astros, not only adding in James Paxton, or not only adding in Alex Verdugo, but also adding in James Paxton, a really good pitcher with a 2.73 ERA, and had a really good season with the Red Sox this year. Also, adding in Verdugo, and you get rid of Montero. It sucks to get rid of Chas. It's been great. Mostly this season's been great, and not only that, but has in my opinion, the greatest catch of Astros history. It sucked to get rid of him, but I think Verdugo is a clear better version of Chas. He's better than Chas McCormick, and I think having Verdugo over Chas McCormick in the playoffs I think Verdugo would give the Astros a better chance in the postseason than having Chas McCormick. And I hate to say it because I love Chas, but I think it's true. User thoughts, Astros fans, as if for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.